All right, so today is December 20th. It is around 7:30 a.m. and I don't know if you've ever heard of, I think his channel's called Joshua S. John. Just a real cool guy, very open ideas, very open mind, and he's been getting a lot from my dad's channel, and so he started making videos like this, but talking to himself. And just recording them and sharing them. And that's what I did in the beginning of my healing journey, my first awareness of childhood trauma and abuse, and recognizing and coming to terms with those things. And so what I would do, I would put up a camera and just record myself talking and listen back over and dig deeper on the topics I was talking about to myself with. And so I kind of want to try and do a video now with myself, just talking to myself, not trying to teach anything, not trying to share any ideas or whatnot, more just talking to myself. So that's what this video is going to be about. So yeah, just starting off. She's purring. But yeah, this morning I'll just start off just talking and then eventually I'll get to it. But this morning I got up 6 a.m., went to bed around 8:30 last night, 6 a.m. and just started typing. Well, first I started writing a bunch of video ideas and such like that to hit on things, to just make things easy to digest, easy to understand, and yeah, just to help people comprehend and know what we're really on and what we're really focused on. Because my buddy, he hit me up, he's like, I'm glad you found what's working for you. like dude, he doesn't understand. He's so caught up in all the rabbit holes. I mean, he's been on this journey longer than me, and of seeking, right, seeking the truth, but he's just gotten caught up in all the embargoes on truth. He's gotten, and then he delved into a handful, I could say easily 8 different religions, and studied them deeply and such. And then he got into the whole making money thing, and just becoming financially free. And then he's just moved himself to homesteading and following Jesus and worshiping Jesus and saying Jesus is the answer and religion is the answer. And that's just, it does get tiring. The seeker's journey does get tiring with all the paths there are, with all the modalities, with all the answers, which are just complete bullshit that has nothing to do with true healing. And so, what me and my dad are on, it's literally realizing the enslavement, realizing the corruption, realizing the invasiveness into your authenticity, and being stripped away from your birthright, being stripped away from your authenticity, and forced into your survival mechanisms. And through that, you just become someone, who fits into your environment, someone who fits into society, and which is full of just limiting conditioned beliefs and programming, and full of cognitive dissonance, because things just don't make sense. Things that are socially accepted just don't make sense. Things that shouldn't be socially accepted, things that are normal that shouldn't be normal, but we just function as if it is normal, although in our brains it's not right. So there's so much noise, there's so much cognitive dissonance, there's so much disturbances, things not aligning right. And yeah, so you go through all that, and it's just so easy to just say, oh well, give it to God, right? Give all my problems to God. God will fix it all. Just as long as I believe in this, I'm good, I'm set. It's so easy to fall into that. um, he was just so close to getting to what we're getting into, but he found Jesus, right? And so but yeah, what me and my dad are doing is critical for every single person. It is applicable for every single person because even though we're all different in our personalities or whatever, we are all the same. Our functionings are the same. Our brain runs the same. It's it's our brain is the same for everybody. Not saying we all think the same. Not saying we all imagine and create the same. No, but just saying like the functions of it are the same. The chemical reactions are the same. I mean, gosh, we are all the same, and that is what has been broken is our biological functioning. We're so out of tune with it. So yeah, healing that, healing the mind, healing the body, um, reclaiming your all authority, reclaiming a mind for yourself. you know that's important. That's important. Controlling your addictions, controlling your choices and your actions and your behaviors, and creating new habits, things like that, new thoughts. Yeah, it's just so important. That's how we detach. And it's not about everybody healing at once. It's not about waiting that, thinking that things aren't going to change till everybody heals. No, you got to change. You got to take that step. And it's as simple as this: healed people heal people. Healed people set the example. Healed people give others courage. Healed people make the knowledge known. you know so that's that. It's not about everybody needing to wake up. It's not about just believing that the government's corrupt and that you believe in Jesus and all you have to do is that, and when God comes, he's gonna save you, things like that. I just have such a problem with religion, like I do with many things that are corrupt and invert the truth, but religion is just that such, it's like, gosh, man, like you just want to shake the person, shake some sense into the person. But yeah, so you know, I haven't been doing child work. See, I was getting big into the child work, digging in, um, recalling memories, doing the whole works of walking into my first of visualization, visualizing my home, the first home or whatever home would first pop into my head, and walking through the door, seeing my bedroom, seeing everything, remembering the whole blueprint of the house, and then it would trigger memories. It would so I was doing a lot of that in the beginning, talking to my child, talking to my inner child, doing that as well, talking to the hurt parts of me, the parts of me that are in survival and react out of survival instincts and such, and which helped greatly. That is definitely something to hit on. And then I started moving into just being aware, being aware of my daily habits, being aware of my choices, being aware of, if I didn't have this thing, did I feel lack? Did I feel unworthy? Did I feel like, where are these emotions coming from? Why all of a sudden am I feeling unworthy? Why all of a sudden am I feeling depressed? Why do I feel like I need to go and do? Why do, just questioning every single act, every single thought, questioning why I'm responding in these ways. Um, so that's what my healing started shifting into, was just being aware, and not only being aware and continuing the same habits, continuing the same choices. It was choosing differently. It was naturally going this way, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go this way, you know. And also, like, when I had the need to go, I said no. I sat back. I realized, what's the rush? What am I working towards? Why am I trying to make myself known? Why am I trying to do things, So I sat back and I just sat with that. And, a lot of anxiety, a lot of anxiety, a lot of emotions rushing through, but just sat with it, and Yeah, so things like that. Shoot, kind of lost where I was going. Um, yeah, so that's where my healing went, was just being aware and willfully and being disciplined into making new choices, um, making new decisions, choosing, um, just changing things up in my life, and but reasoning, not just going from. Um, Usually I drink Dr. Pepper, but today I'm gonna drink Pepsi. That's something new. Or I've been watching drama movies back to back. I'm gonna watch comedy. I'm just gonna stick to YouTube and just indulge in um, funny videos. It's not that. You run it through your reasoning as to why you're gonna choose something different and why you're choosing that different thing to be the choice you're gonna make, to be the act you're gonna take. You know, and you run it through your reasoning. Is this beneficial? Is this um, aligning me towards my spirit, aligning me towards my authenticity? Because when you realize that you've been stripped away from your authenticity, you've been you've been diminishing your spirit from day one. You're either taking, it's two paths. The choices you make, the actions you take, you're either aligning it's either aligning you more towards your enslavement and your ego, or more towards your um, your authenticity, into your true nature, into the truth and the facts and the reality. The other to fantasy, to the it plays part in the illusion, it plays part in the enslavement, it plays part in your abuse that's been done onto you from birth, you know. So that's how I run it through my reasoning, is which path is it leading me to? And one quote that I made up that my friend really likes, he's like, it kind of goes like this. I can't remember exactly word for word, but this reality is a complete fucked up joke. Though every choice we make is critical into aligning us either with our enslavement or our ego, or towards our authenticity and our true nature and truth, fact, and reality. So yes, even though this is a complete fucked up joke, even though it's a scripted system, even though it's a complete illusion and a fabrication of the truth, doesn't mean, oh well, nothing matters. I'm just gonna indulge in the pleasures. I'm just gonna wreck mayhem and do whatever I want. No, it's not about that. And that's where I feel bad for kids who are rebels, because they know shit's fucked up, but they're rebels in the wrong way. You know, the most rebellious thing you can do is go against the system by taking care of yourself, by detaching from the dependencies you have on the system. Things like that, because they need your attention. That's the only thing that's keeping this system going, is our attention. Our attention is the most valuable currency there is. It's the only thing of value that we have, is our attention. Because what we give attention to, we worship, we idolize, we pay respects to, we give our life up to, we give our energy to, and yeah, so um, you know, most people who rebel, they just give all their attention to drugs, to dopamine hits, to pleasures, to celebrities, to just being self-destructive. That's what this system does. It's literally conditioned us. It's programmed us habits. We've been conditioned into beliefs and habits that are self-destructive. We love going out on the weekend and just drinking it up and partying. We love indulging in, over consuming on cooked foods and just toxins and horrible things. We even know it's bad for us. We'll be like, man, I know this is gonna hurt me tomorrow, but and it's like we're just so addicted to hurting ourselves. We're so conditioned to hurt ourselves. And hurting ourselves, what does that do? That keeps our spirit diminished. That keeps us a mindless minion, just doing only what he knows because it's too much to sit by himself and think, because he's always needing, right? Always needing a distraction from the noise that's going on within. But yeah, this was gonna be a video of me talking to myself, but now I'm just kind of venting on these things. But it's just so important, you know. It's so important to do this healing, you know. I got caught up in all the physical modalities, all the way from breath work to cold plunging to being naked in the sun to getting my butthole in the sun to massaging my testicles to tantric practices to energy therapies. Like, I got certified in energy therapies where you work on people's bodies, and I got into just so many things like nude yoga, nude brotherhood, like shit like that. I mean, it was, and it did nothing. It did, it did its thing, but not the life-changing, life-healing, dramatic change in your life. No, it didn't do any of that. It just opened my mind up. It opened my mind up. And other things, you know. But nothing that this healing, nothing that facing my reality, facing my shit, facing the truth within. See, not the embargo on truth. Not the embargo on truth. Embargo on truth is delving into extraterrestrial visitations on Earth, government corruption, commercial scams, religious scandals. Anything external is not. It's just superfluous. It's not congruent to your healing. It helps open your mind. It helps see that shit's fucked up, but it's not gonna heal you. Knowing every corrupt thing the CIA has done is not gonna heal you. Knowing the entire history is not gonna heal you. Not, you know, literally what it takes is stepping back. Stop running on the hamster wheel. Stop rushing to create that safety and comfort in the future. Stop chasing status quo. Stop caring about what people think. Stop, you know, and just step back. Slow it down. Start all that attention you give out to things, your TV, your job, your family members who just use you as a drama scene, you know, to vent on. All these people, friends, going out with friends to have a good time. Like, step back from all that and just sit and bring that attention back towards yourself, you know. Yeah, yeah, because all we crave is the simple truth, you know. Seekers, all they want is the truth. It's just so easy to get caught up in the superfluous of truth, you know. Yeah, the superfluous modalities. So yeah, so going back, because I really wanted to hit on the emotions, right? Like my dad said, he's been having emotions flood through him, going through him and such, being on juicing. It's been 16 days for me now. Today's 16. His is 17. He's a day ahead. But I haven't been dealing with emotions, you know. I haven't been dealing with any uprising memories, uprising emotions, no triggers even. Like, I haven't been getting triggered. My body just feels so at ease. I feel so calm. But what does trigger me, alright? What does trigger me? So things that have been getting to me are like, wanting to prove that I'm right, you know, because I know what I'm on is the truth, is what we need to be on. And so because of that, I feel like I have to, anybody I talk to, I have to get them to know that it is right. Like, it bothers me when the conversation's done and they're just like, oh, he's crazy, or oh, he's all got his own trauma. He's reacting out of his trauma. I don't have any trauma. He's just speaking it out. What is it called? Portraying his trauma onto me, whatever. No, 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 no. And that's the thing. Like every person I work so hard in my mind to try to be able to make what I know understanding to each person, because every person has their own experience and their own story. So I'm like I try to read the person, and I try to say the things just perfectly so they'll understand it. And it just bothers me. Like, so for example, my buddy who hit me up, that's huge into the religion, right? it I had to totally detach myself from him because he would get me so worked up, because he's such an intellect when it comes to all the knowledge, right? He just loves the knowledge, and the reason why he loves the knowledge, because it's never ending, and when it's never ending, you're always distracted. And so he loves that shit because it keeps him distracted from what he needs to face. He runs away from his childhood trauma and abuse. He does not face it. He acknowledges it. He knows it happened, but he thinks that's all he's got to do. But no, he doesn't realize that those things has created the person he is today, and the choices he makes, the things he strives to possess, the things he strives to acquire in the future, the status quo he strives to be known by, you know. So so yeah, so like talking to him, I had to cut him out. I had to totally just stop talking to him. But eventually, it was actually yesterday, a couple of days ago, he hit me up randomly just about my juicing. And then yesterday, he hit me up and he sent, I made a video on this yesterday, but he sent me an esoteric video, right? Esoteric knowledge. And it just showed me where he was at. He's still caught up in the bullshit, things that just don't matter, things that are superfluous, and things that are fantasy, like Jesus, like religion. And then things that are just useless, which he's been stuck on for years, is the rabbit holes of esoteric knowledge. And yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah. So when but he gets so deep into those things. He learns everything. He knows the terminology. He knows the definitions of it all. He knows the connection between this and that. He knows the religions and how they connect, and how Adam and Eve connects with this and that. Yeah. So talking to him, it's just circles. But now, with how much healing I've done and talking to him yesterday, it was totally different. I didn't feel, I started getting a little anxious, because with him, I always feel like I gotta prove. Where's the evidence? Where's the credentials of the person I learned from? Which is all slave think that he comes from. It's all bullshit. If you like the people I look into are not certified, are not professionals. They are just people like you and me, actually putting the things they're doing into experience, actually aligning their thoughts, words, and actions. He wants me to get credentials from a system which inverts the truth. And not only that, look at our health experts. Every single health expert in each country are fucking huge, and there are health professionals. So it's just like, dude, get out of that. Yeah. And yeah, so that's something, I get caught up in, is just wanting to prove that I'm right. um Although I've relaxed a lot from it, like I won't beat myself up as bad after a conversation later. I'll just be like, man, I should have said less. Man, I should have asked more questions. Man, I should have. you know. But that's what this journey is about, you know. That's what's really cool about talking to as many people as I've talked to on this journey, is learning how to talk, learning how to listen too. And yeah, so you know, it's all just part of the ride. It'll all eventually come together as a whole and be working just right. And so, other things, I've always been vain too, very vain, caring about not only what people think of me, but how I look and how I perform, you know. And I mean, you can just look at my mom and see exactly where that comes from. She is the most vain person. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how much she cares about what people think, about what she looks like, about what people know about her. I mean, it's her trauma runs deep, deep, deep. Yeah. Um, and my dad as well. You know, he was very egotistical as well. But but yeah. So, but I'm breaking away from a lot of those conditioned beliefs about myself and um, conditioned beliefs on what matters in the system. You know, like I used to, um, I kept trying to start my own thing with health, with fitness, with with things like that, with starting my own brand, with starting my own company. And while I was doing that, focusing on those things, all I did was construction, and and then eventually, I just got tired of beating my body up. I just got tired and um, tired of abusing myself with the work. And the only reason why I did that work was because it was manly, right? People respect you when they know you're a roofer or a repairman, or you know, and so because I wanted to, because I've been bringing my attention back to myself and putting all my attention towards this healing, I saw that I needed to show that I love myself in a way that I wasn't going to abuse myself anymore and care about what people thought. So I dropped this winter. I dropped um, what I was doing to working at Target. Working at Target, you know, the red circle with the red circle in the middle. Yeah, Target. I started working at Target, working on the trailers in the morning, where I unload and I stock, which is perfect. Like I don't deal with any customers. I'm really just to myself. I just unload the trailer, stack it on the U-boats, and then I take the U-boats and I stock the floor, and then I stock the back room. So, and it's easy, easy, easy fucking work. Of course the normies there and other normies, they're like, oh my gosh, this is back breaking, having to lift all these heavy boxes and this and that. Dude, this shit's so fucking cake. I'm like, it's allowing me to do things because I wanted to be able to do long fasts without being in the danger of holding construction equipment, you know, heavy equipment, or holding, you know, having to do all these complex things. Now all I do is literally bend up and down carrying anywhere from a half a pound box to 40-50 pound box, you know. I mean, I don't think I've carried anything over 50 pounds. But I mean, it's work, you know. You're nonstop moving box, 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 analyzing so many things, the numbers on the box, where it goes, where, you know. So I mean, you know, it is kind of, because it's so inhumane. We shouldn't be moving like that. We shouldn't be functioning like that. Okay, it's okay to do here and there, but not 5 days a week, not for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You know, that's just not normal. Um, so even though it's easier on my body, I can still feel the effects from it. You know, um, but I've showed myself that I love myself enough that fuck what people think. People think that I'm a low life because I fucking work at Target. I mean, that's just what I would think. A normie would think, oh, he He's just a nobody, whatever. He works at fucking Target, you know. But they don't realize, man, um, I'm doing this for my health, and I'm not looking to go back into construction. I'm not looking to. I mean, I don't know about starting something or whatever. I'm trying to get out of work completely. I'm trying to shit. I'm kind of hoping Target is my last job ever. You know, I'm probably gonna hold on to Target until I get to the point where I don't need to work anymore. Then I'll probably take it down to something that will accept me for 3 days a week. Getting paid $15 an hour. You know, um, because I won't even need to be making that money because I'm detaching so much. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, it's really showed me that I care about my healing and I care about um, reclaiming my authenticity and returning to my true nature. I want no participation in this enslavement. I want no participation in this corruption that literally invades people's birthright. You know, um, yeah. So I've got what else? I've gotten so past the relationships. That's something that just everyone wants feels the need to be in a relationship. That even like before you die, you at least need to be in love with somebody. Like, nah, dude. Like that's too that's too much, man. A relationship, especially with where I'm at now, I could not be in a relationship. With how much attention I need for myself, I could not put in someone else's drama. I could not bring someone else's issues, drama into my life, even if she was on the same path. So look, I met this girl. She's on the same path as me, but I mean, I just couldn't do it. Um, sh- there's too much. There's just too much, man. Like, I feel that there's too much expectancies of, oh, well, it's kind of a holiday. Are we gonna spend time today? Or it was her birthday. Are you gonna take me out? I don't celebrate birthdays. I don't celebrate holidays. Like that shit. Every day to me is the fucking same. It's just another opportunity to develop in my authenticity and heal and detach and like I don't see. It's so crazy because I don't even deal with nostalgia. you know I used to give all my time and attention towards family, towards my siblings, every weekend going up and seeing my siblings, going over there, going over here, um, watching my siblings, doing all this, right, spending time with family. Man, I've cut all of them off. I mean, I try to stay in contact with my siblings, but that's a whole story. Um, but yeah, just cut everybody off that are who are not trying to live in true fact and reality, and who are not speaking truth, who are not being honest. People who like, and so the only one I connect with is my dad. That's it. That's the only person I stay in contact with. My dad, my cousin Gwen, and my brother Aiden. Like, that's it. I'm the oldest of 6 siblings. I have many cousins. I have the other the other half of me is Hispanic, so just imagine all the family I have over on that side. Um, which I don't know if that's a racist kind of thing, but I mean, just the Hispanic families, they're big. They're normally pretty fucking big. So yeah, but yeah, that's all I stay in contact with. I've cut off all my uncles. I've cut off all my aunts. I've cut off all my grandparents. They're in love with the system, and yeah, so it's amazing. Like I've cut my addiction from TV, from watching movies, from playing video games. I've cut my addiction from working out in a vain way. Like when I worked out before, it felt like a duty. It felt like I had to do it because I needed to look good. And see, I did so many things so that way I could get laid. So that way I could be um, seen as, he's a good looking guy. Oh, he's got many talents. Oh, look at him. like to be seen by the girls, even to be idolized by the men, to look like I was over top of the men, right? I mean, I was crazy with the working out and being very well um, athletic in my skills, and doing flips, doing all that parkour shit like that. I mean, I've done a lot of wild shit when it comes to physical fitness, and I totally stopped doing all of it. I just stopped caring about looking big, looking ripped, looking shredded, things like that. And because it was all coming from vanity, and it was so dreading because I wasn't doing it for me. I wasn't doing it to explore myself, to discover myself. I was doing it so that I could perform in front of other people. I was doing it so I could be looked up to. I was doing it so I could be praised and feared of, even feared of. Like, I wanted any guys I was around, I wanted to know, you better not fuck with me. Like just stupid shit like that, and I wanted the girls to know, oh, you're missing out. You want some of this? Can't have it. I only go for the 10s, I only go for the 10 out of 10s, so yeah, just stupid shit like that. And I don't give a fuck what people think, because I see that people are stuck in a box, that people still love and idolize this world. So why would I give a fuck what they think about me, so I've really moved away from that. I've moved away from trying to prove myself. Like, when I got this job, all my other jobs, hardest worker, you know, um, just wanting to show that I'm intelligent, I'm the hardest worker, I'm the best employee you can have. Shit, I got this job, I do exactly what I gotta do, and that's fucking it. I don't ask to do more. I don't I don't rush. I don't push. I don't strive. I just do what I got. I do the bare fucking minimum just so that I can get paid in order to have the roof over my head, have electric and water, and pay for my fruits and veggies for my juicing. That's it. I mean, that is fucking it. So yeah, I've really so with the emotions, I'm ready for them to start coming up. I'm curious as to what will come up. But like I said, my body just feels at such ease, and it feels like just nourishing blood is just flowing through my body. Um, yeah, so I'm not dealing with emotions, just like feeling sad out of nowhere, feeling upset out of nowhere. But then again, I am spending 40 hours a week at work. I have been um, focusing, I've been delving into this knowledge that I'm soaking up now, that I'm putting into words and sharing. So I've been delving into that. So, like, I watch my dad's videos a lot and study them. I watch John Rose's videos a lot and study them. I watch Kev Ramon. I watch, so, I mean, maybe if I spend more time outside in nature, maybe if I spend the majority of my day outside and away from people, and away from gadgets, and away from writing things, like even a notebook and pencil, like get away from dropping down ideas and stuff like that. Totally just sit with myself, walk around by myself, to myself, not try to think of video ideas, not try to think of content, not try to think of, you know, just be and see if emotions come up that way. So, that's something I can go into. Um, but yeah, not many childhood memories popping up for me. Not many, I've just gotten so, like, I just think of the idea of my mom. I love my mom, as in I want the best for her. I want her to get on this path and heal. I hope she finds her way. But, I was thinking the other day, I was like, man, if my mom died today, like, how would it affect me? Like, honestly, it'd be like whatever to me. Like, because she won't admit to the abuse and trauma she's done to me and my sister. She won't admit to the horrible things she did to us, and she puts all the blame on us. So, like, for her to be as ignorant as that, I just don't give a fuck about her. As in the sense, like, I'm not gonna give her one tiny speck of my attention until she apologizes, until she acknowledges, until she admits her wrongs, you know? Like, when I was calling her out on that shit, it got to the point where she said, if you come to my house, I'm calling the police. And she's had a drug addict husband living in there for 14 years who's done crazy shit, and yeah, it's a total fucking mess. But so yeah, I was, like, that nostalgia, like, even that's a construct of family, of honor your family, of always be there for your family, of family is your family. You're stuck with them for life. Like, I never think about my grandparents. I don't even reminisce on good times with my grandparents. I have no nostalgia of the good, so-called good times with my mom and my uncle, and like, I don't. I don't, like, because I know those were all times when we were hurt and doing, it was just self-destructive pleasures that we were doing anyways. And yeah, like, just the idea of mom, like, for example, I know of someone who's just trying to get on this path, but they need that, they feel so broken because they don't have that motherly love, they don't have that fatherly love, and it's like, dude, you gotta get out of that construct. You got, like, those people abuse the fuck out of you. Those people grew you up to be a good slave. Those people grew you up, put you into a box. Those people did not treat you right, And it's like, okay, I can cut them off, but I need that father. I need that love, that family love. No, you fucking don't. That shows how far away you are with peace with yourself. You know, you need to heal yourself. You need to work on yourself. You need to stop being dependent on other people to make you feel fulfilled, to make you feel whole, to make you enjoy life. You need to just be able to enjoy life without anybody. Now, yes, we crave human interaction. We thrive off of human interaction and human connection, but only when it's aligned in truth, fact, and reality. If people are playing games, if people are caught up in the illusion, if people love the fantasy, if people love the superfluous bullshit that keeps them enslaved, I want zero connection with them. I want nothing to do with them. Because they are on this path. I'm on this path. And me giving them my attention is pulling me closer over here. I'm not seeking, but I'm paying attention to the ones who are on this path like me, who are willing to give it all up in order to reclaim their authenticity, in order to reclaim their true nature, in order to reclaim and unlock their unlimited potential, their innate unlimited potential, right? So that's that's who I want to surround myself with. I don't need any family members. The only one that it seems that I would ever be with is my dad. Because he's the only one in my family that wants to do this work. He's the only one that wants to be real, that wants to live in honesty and truth and facts, and be in our true nature. And so, like, there's no nostalgia of ever talking to my uncle again. There's no nostalgia. There's no wishful thinking of having a connection with my mom again. Like, I don't give I'm not holding my tongue. I'm not waiting on anybody to get on this path. Especially with, so I just cut people off. And it feels good. It feels really good because I'm no longer giving up my most valuable thing, which is my attention, up to just anybody, and giving it to people who just give me shit back, you know. I'm putting it towards things that are developing me, that are, yeah, that are strengthening me, that are that are liberating me, you know. So, yeah, our attention is the most valuable thing. Um, yep. Yeah, so, I've broken away from a lot of the constructs and a lot of the beliefs we would even think on hitting, as in relationships with family, as in having kids, as in having a home in the future, as in owning these things. Like, I've broken away from all those because they're all constructs. They're all to get us to work towards something that we're not enough, so we have to work towards something, or they're for feeling lack, you lack if you don't have this, you lack if you don't have that. um, Even the responsibility of having to honor your father, your mother, your family, like, why would I honor the ones who have been abusing me since day one? Why would I honor the ones who won't admit to my abuse and traumatizing me? And why would I honor them? So yeah, why would I strive to help them get on this path when obviously they are doing nothing to get on this path? Why would I spend so much time and energy for someone who just doesn't care to get out of the matrix? That's what my one buddy, he just fighting hard to help his mom, but that's part of his virtue signaling. He wants to be known as that guy who has helped people. He wants to be known as that guy who has helped people transcend in their life, and who has healed, and who has recovered. He needs to get out of that ego. That man is driven by his ego, which I was too. And that's the thing, it's not like I'm judging based on, like, I'm just calling it for what it is. I'm judging based on accuracy, It's accurate judgment. It's the truth, That whole don't judge others, like, no. It's okay to look at people for who they are. I'm not just going to look at the bright side of people. No, because most people who share their light, it's all virtue signaling. It's all, look at me, oh, look what I do. Look at, I don't pay attention to those things. Who are you really? What are you doing on a daily basis? What is your moment by moment actions? What is your thoughts? What is, who are you really in the dark? Who are you really by yourself? Yeah. So I have no craving for a relationship, for someone, for a companion, like a woman, I have no desire for that. I have zero desire to make any new friends. Yes, I would love to know. It would be great to know more people who are on this path and connect and work together, and help each other and just talk and have a group of people just speaking straight up truth and honesty. That would be awesome. But I'm not I'm not in lack because I don't have it. Am happy that I at least have one person who does, who's on it. That's awesome. Having two people, me and another, it definitely helps on this journey on keeping yourself sane. But you do not need it. You don't need it. But it does help. And if you're on this path, feel free to hit me up or Richard Swink on YouTube. Like, dude, we are we would love to do talks with people. We would love to spread our to share our experience and share our stories together, and talk about where we're at and where we're going and how we're going about it. But yeah, that about sums it up. Just I've detached from so many things. So if you think about it, all these constructs, even though they may seem little by them individual selves, it's so many that are just cool, clammed together in our minds. So like we just have so many useless thoughts going on in our minds that are just keeping us distracted. And it's things that aren't biological aren't natural to our biological functioning. So it's just constant stressors going on in our body. And yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, our attention is in so many things. We can't sit down and think deeply for too long because we got so many things going on. We got so many things to catch up on. We got so many things to rush to get ahead of. We got so many things to prove to, you know. Um, yeah, yeah. So, having detached from all these things, even trying to reach a status quo, even from um, even from meeting the expectations not only of society but of my family, um, living up to my old ego of needing to be known, needing to be seen in a way, in an egotistic way, in a way of pride, excess pride, and things like that. Like, it's gone. It's gone. It's not a part of me. Or at least it's diminished greatly, and I may be still dealing with some of those things on a lower level, but that's what I'm working towards. That's what I'm breaking from. Um, yeah, and so a lot of constructs, and you really don't realize how many constructs until you start facing them and trying to step back from them. Like I said, it's not just physical. It's not just physical things. It's not just material things that we have to give up. It's our behavioral patterns. It's our addictions to the drama. It's our it's our rush to worthiness, our rush towards worthiness, our own worthiness. It's the proving of my masculinity. It's the proving of my self-worth. Like all those things. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You got yeah. Yeah, it's really like I always love this, and it makes so much sense to me, is something like your toughest opponent is yourself. The only person you can't the only person to beat is yourself. The only person to overcome is yourself. The only person to be better than is yourself. And because anytime you beat yourself, you're now a new self, and now you need to beat that self. Now you need to beat that. There's always so you're always improving. If I just try to beat Nicholas over here at Clovendale High School, um, okay, I beat him, and what? So now I just relax. Now I just stay the same. No, just because I beat him and now I'm forever better than him in this certain sport or whatever, or this debate or whatever, doesn't mean I just settle. Doesn't yeah, you know what I'm saying? So the only one to face is yourself. The only one to go up against is yourself. Even in a wrestling match, you're learning about yourself. You know, even in a wrestling match, it's you against you. Are you gonna get in your own way while you're in that match? Are you gonna play it safe? Are you gonna be egotistic? Are you gonna be flashy? Or are you gonna do what you know and pretty much dance with the other person? Make it a good match. Make it a respectful match. Make it not about winning or losing, but about learning and developing. And yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think that's the video. Just breaking constructs, digging into the emotional baggage, trying to see if there's anything else that needs to be heard, be seen, which I'm sure there is. It's just as I clean myself out more and more, make more space in my vessel for things to arise, they'll come, and I'm prepared. I am prepared. All right.